Nearly half of your prospects already prefer financial advisors who use AI. And if you're not that advisor, you are losing business. The good news is that today I'm going to share with you 3 ways that you can implement AI right now to save hours, serve clients better, and beat your competition. Hi, I'm John Cook, founder of Keynote Content. I help advisors speak with conviction and scale their messages in a smart, responsible way. I've personally worked with over 300 advisors, everything from solo RAs to billion-dollar firms, and I've seen what works and what wastes time when it comes to AI. And before we jump into this conversation though, let's take a look at the state of AI in advisors right now. Northwestern Mutual, they just put out their annual study, and it shows that 47% of Americans prefer to work with a financial advisor who understands and uses AI. So what's the best place for you to start implementing AI right now? Well, after connecting with 6 broker-dealers over the past 2 weeks, here's what I'm seeing and hearing from advisors when it comes to AI. There are a ton of wheels just spinning right now when it comes to this conversation. Advisors feel like they're stuck in this massive game of, mother, may I use this new tech, may I use this new AI tool? And they're waiting for the broker-dealer to get the go-ahead from the compliance department, who's waiting on the tech department to approve the AI-capable tool, and they're waiting on their AI council to figure out, what are we even doing here? The problem is that same tech team is flooded with new tech requests and demos and all sorts of other noise. And where does that leave you as the advisor? You're still wondering, can I use that latest tech to serve my clients better and build my business in a more efficient, effective way? And that's why you landed here. You want to know, how can I use AI right now as an advisor that will help me actually grow my business and do it in a nice, compliant, secure way? Well, there are 3 action steps that almost every advisor can implement right now using AI tools that are likely already approved by your broker-dealer. The first thing you can do is connect your AI note taker with your CRM. Now, that connection itself, it seems so basic, so elementary, that I was hesitant to even include this on the list, but I'm surprised at how many advisors still aren't using some type of AI note taker. If you're not familiar with it, this is a program that sits in the background of all your client meetings, and it's securely and efficiently taking your notes, it's sending reminders, and it's producing these follow-up messages with action items and key takeaways and all these amazing details from that, so you don't have to take notes yourself. It doesn't take much time to set up one of these AI note takers either, but the payoff is worth the work. One advisor, he told me last week that his AI note taker saves him 6 hours of work every week of admin work. It saves him 6 hours of admin work. What does his admin do now? His admin uses that same time that she used to spend on taking notes, and she reads through the notes from multiple meetings and creates an action list that will build an even stronger relationship with each of those clients. What he's done is now he hasn't replaced her from a work standpoint, but he's elevated the capacity to build greater, stronger relationships. That alone is the payoff. So what are some good AI note takers that you can use as a financial advisor? Well, some of the more popular ones are Jump, Zox, FinMate, Focal, and Fathom. Those are just 4 or 5 of them, just to name a few. But let's say that you use Wealthbox. If you use Wealthbox as your CRM, they're releasing their in-platform AI meeting assistant. It's named Project Althea. I don't know if that's going to be the actual name of it. They haven't released it yet, but it's called Project Althea right now, and it can integrate seamlessly with Wealthbox. I personally use Fathom as my note taker, and then integration with my calendar is beautiful. And so pick one of those options I mentioned, give it a test drive, and make sure that you like it. And then if you do, then you integrate that with your CRM. So what does that look like? There are native integrations that can happen, whether you're using Wealthbox, Redtail, Salesforce, whatever else as your CRM, it likely has integration capabilities for connecting your note taker with your CRM. What does this do? Is that it gives you the ability to securely connect all those meeting notes to your exact client profiles and their accounts inside your CRM. This is a great starting point if you haven't done so already. Connect your note taker with your CRM. Second thing you could do is you can solve specific use cases with micro solutions inside your advisory business. So think about, where do you see low leverage problems inside your advisory business? These are problems that if you could leverage just even a small amount of resources, it would open up a tremendous flow of fresh opportunities. I'll give you one example. This is something that my team and I are working right now for advisors, is the lead intake process. Think about your lead intake process. It's probably, like a lot of advisors, are stuck using these outdated, maybe even archaic forms, PDF forms, Word documents. Connect with an advisor in the last week that uses a Word document to have his clients fill out this information about the prospect. But what if you were to get the information from the prospect, check your calendar availability, do research before the call, and bring all that data together. You're probably all doing that manually right now, and it's probably costing you 2 to 4 hours before you even do the onboarding or even an intake call to talk with a prospect. But we're building out an agentic-driven workflow that makes it so much easier and cleaner to collect, securely process, and transfer the right data to your calendar and your CRM. That's just one example. But what is one unsolved problem that's costing you time, revenue, and energy inside your business right now? What is the amount that it would take to invest in solving that problem? That is likely a fraction. If you just the amount that it would take to solve that problem is likely a fraction of what you're already spending to live with that same problem every single month. So start with a smaller, specific use case, and then you find the right AI-powered micro solution to solve that exact problem. When you do that, you can start stacking those micro solutions together and to buy back your time, to optimize your energy and grow your business in a smarter, more efficient way. It's the second thing you can do. The third thing you can do leveraging AI right now is you can invest in an AI content ecosystem that's specifically trained on your intellectual property and your brand voice. Because the reality is that if advisors are all using the same AI tools in the near future, how do you differentiate yourself? By having a clear, compelling message that stands out from other advisors. Your message, this is how you talk about what you do. It's what you stand for, what you stand against, what you believe investors deserve to experience, and it also includes your proprietary process. Through all of this is your golden thread, and that's found on your website, your social media, your training, your seminars, your workshops, your courses, and especially for your prospect and client meetings. This is the through thread for all of that. That's your message. More and more prospects will be asking you soon, so what's your process? What makes you different? And if you don't have a solid answer, if you don't have a solid proprietary process, if you don't have a solid way to talk about what you do that's different and shows why it matters, you'll sound just like the advisor they left a few months ago. Dial in your messaging and then invest in building an AI content ecosystem that's trained on your intellectual property. What do you do? How do you do it? You start with creating a custom AI assistant. This is likely a custom GPT or some type of agent inside an LLM like Claude, and have it trained on your website content, your proprietary process, your books, if you have any books, your compliance approved content, anything that originated from your brain. Use that content, and then the more information you can feed on training that AI assistant, the better equipped it will be to deliver the content that's aligned with your tone, your style, your voice, and your values. Then you connect that custom AI assistant to a number of different capabilities. This means that you can generate content in a variety of forms like scripts, LinkedIn posts, emails, whatever it might be, and you submit that written content to your compliance department for review, just like you would with any other content that you would type up yourself or a non-licensed staff. Once that's approved though, you go through the regular compliance department, that content can be repurposed into a number of different pieces of content, including audio, video, you can use B-roll if you want. That's all your content. You can package that content however you like, but ensure it's still compliance approved, and then you can syndicate that content across all your platforms, LinkedIn, YouTube, X, whatever it might be. This may be one of the best differentiators for advisors moving forward, because your audience, they're already used to receiving this vanilla flavored boilerplate content from a variety of different sources. I won't mention any of them by name, might rhyme with whatever, but anyways, the more specific you are with your content requests through your system, the more customized the content can be. And I will say there's one detail that I need to mention, is that your content ecosystem, it needs to have tracking and time stamping capabilities. This is where it securely stores your content requests, and it stores all the generated content for audit purposes. It's not hard to include that detail, but it must be included inside your system for a variety of reasons. So if you take a crawl, walk, run perspective, especially on using this AI content ecosystem as an advisor, what I just shared with you is the crawl portion. It's a simple, straightforward, easily trackable process, and it's designed to be easy for you as an advisor or for a non-licensed staff person to use. So even in the crawl stage though, again, this is very entry level, this will help you create compliance approved content faster and with your exact voice. This will save you hours each week, and you show up better in better feeds and better inboxes because it's more customized content. Now, you may be wondering, John, you mentioned the crawl, walk, run. What are the other capabilities? Can this do even more with this system? And the answer is yes, but that's another story for another video. I can't wait to share that with you. For now though, I recommend starting with written content that can be easily reviewed, approved, and then syndicated across multiple platforms. That's the crawl portion. Focus on the crawl right now, and then we'll do the walk, run soon. If you have more questions, even about the crawl portion, just drop those questions in the comments. I'll answer those as best as I can. But what if you're ready to see how the right content ecosystem can amplify your message to a larger audience? Well, the next step is easy. Go to keynotecontent.com/intake. The links with this video, you can fill out our intake form. This is your first step to building a smarter system that saves you time, scales your message, and amplifies your street cred as an advisor. It takes less than 4 minutes to fill out the form. Yes, I timed it. It takes less than 4 minutes because I respect your time. And if I know that I can help you, I'll reach out to you to explore how to save you that time each week and get your audience the right content that shows your credibility and your expertise. But what if you're not ready to connect just yet? That's okay. If you still like what I shared today, please give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe to catch more of my videos about how to speak with conviction and scale your message in a smart, responsible way. Now, before you implement any AI tool in your advisor business, there are 7 questions that you must answer or you will risk wasting time, money, and trust. And the trust is the most expensive out of those 3. So I cover all 7 questions in this next video. Hit play, I'll see you on the other side.